In our previous videos, we understood about all these data types. Now here we're going to focus on these 4 data types, which are list, tuple, set and dictionary. So in this sequence, we're going to first start with list, right? Let's understand what list is. It's used to store the values, right? Let's take an example. For example, you are working in a company where 6 people joined: John, Smith, Tom, Rohan, Jolly and Sandrilla. They all joined in a sequence. John joined first, Smith second, Tom third, and so on. And they are offered this particular salary on monthly basis, like 40,000, 30,000, 60,000 and so on. Now your manager asks you to store this particular value, I mean this all salaries somewhere, and whenever he needs you are supposed to retrieve the information and provide it to him. How are you going to store this? So basis on whatever we have learned so far, first we're going to see basis on that how we're going to store these values, and then we will learn how list can simplify the work. Let's jump to the Jupyter notebook and try to understand this. So here we are in our Jupyter notebook. First, before creating the list, let me put all these values over here. So these are the salary which were offered, right? If we click this, hit Control plus Enter, you gotta get 70. What does that mean? It is simply printing the last values. And if you have to retrieve any information, it's not gonna be retrievable, right? Properly. So how you can make it simple? For that, let's copy these values. For that, we're going to create a list. How you can create a list? To create a list, you're going to start with square bracket and end with square bracket. Within that, you need to put all those values which you want to store in that particular list, right? I just hit Control plus Enter. Now your list is created. But the problem is, whenever you want to access this, every time you will have to copy this and paste it somewhere. This is what we learned in our previous video. What we can do is we can create a variable called salary. If you have not seen that video, I strongly recommend you to just scroll through the list and check out the previous videos. Okay, so here the salary variable we have created, and inside that we are putting all these elements, all these salary values, right? And then we're gonna just store this. Now you see nothing is printed because everything is stored in this particular variable, right? Now if you want to access all these salaries, how are we gonna do that? For that, you're gonna just type salary over here and hit Control plus Enter. Now you have all these salaries printed over here. Now the problem statement comes over here. Next problem statement. Okay, before we jump over there, let's see what is the type of this particular variable. Okay, so in our previous videos we learned how to check the type, what all are the types, right? So here you see it says clearly it's list. You can also check the length of this list. That means which tells you simply how many elements are available in that particular list. So how you can do that? Simply use the len function and in that put the variable name, right? So you see you are getting the answer 6. That means in your list, the list name or list variable and whatever you supply over here, that has 6 elements. So this is how you can check the type and length of a particular list variable. Now moving forward, we're gonna learn about slicing and dicing a list. So whenever we create a list works on index system, right? So how does indexing works? Let's get back to this part and try to understand. So here this is the list which we have created. What Python does is it assigns a number to each of the elements stored in a list, and those numbering starts from 0. So if you see, first element is at 0th position, then second one is on first, then third one is on second, and so on. So it starts from 0. This is something which needs to be noted over here, and you need to memorize this particular thing. So for example, if you want to access the salary of Tom, which is at 3rd position, so you gotta look for the second index position, right? Similarly, if you need to access the salary of Jolly, so which is at 5th position, so you're gonna look at 4th index value. Okay, so how can we access this particular thing? Let's jump to Jupyter once again. Here we're gonna learn about slicing and dicing that particular thing. So for example, here is our list variable. In that I want to, my manager asked me to provide the salary for third employee, right? So how we gonna put that? Should I put 3? If I put 3, it's gonna give you 35, which is at the fourth position. Why? Because position starts from 0. So if he is asking me to provide the salary of third employee, then I gonna put 2 over here. Means whatever position you want to access, minus 1. Okay, so this is how you got that particular thing. Now if your manager asks you to give the list of salary for all the employees who joined third onward, right? So what you're gonna do is you're simply gonna put 2 and colon and then just say hit enter, right? So you're gonna get all these things. So what colon does is it tells Python provide me all the elements which are coming, which starts from second position till the end, right? All elements starting from second till the end. So colon simply says that. Now if you want to fetch the information ending at second position, means starting from beginning, which is 0, and ending at third position, so you simply first put colon and then put the ending position. All right, so here it is. So 0 third. So if you ask about the left side, then it excludes the ending point. If you ask about the right side, then it includes the, sorry, there was no 22nd, so it includes that particular thing, right? So hope this is clear to you. All right, so this is how you can do the slicing basis on the position, right? Now what if your boss asks you to provide the last element? So are you going to take a count of each of the element and then put the last element number? No, there is another system. Let me show it to you. That's called reverse indexing. So if you see, if you come from the right side, then it starts from minus 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6. So if you see in reverse indexing, it starts from minus 1, while in normal indexing it starts from 0. Okay, this point needs to be noted. So if you want to access the last element, you simply gonna say minus 1. If you want to access the second last, you simply gonna say minus 2, right? So let's try this. Slicing in reverse order. So you're gonna say salary, and in that you gotta put minus 1 and hit enter. You see 70. Now you put colon and let's see what happens. You again get 70 because there isn't anything at the right hand side. So if you want to access everything starting from second last till the beginning, so you're gonna do this thing. Okay, so like I just hope that it is clear to you. It is starting from 35, right? 35, this was minus 1, minus 2. Again, the position which you are providing, that is excluded. If you want to include that, you gotta start from 1 back. Okay, so this is how you can access the elements from reverse order. All right, so let's say if you want to access minus second and, sorry, I just said 12. That's not possible, okay, because we don't have 12 elements, right? So you see what is happening. This, it says list indices must be integer or slices, not tuples. So it is taking it as tuple. Let's try this. So it is showing blank. Why is that so? Because it's exceeding, it is not finding anything on that particular position. Okay, so let's try this particular thing, 2 till 4. So here you got 60 and 35. So if you see second position, which is 2, and fourth position, this is 35, right? So again the last element is excluded, right? Whatever comes on the right hand side, that is always excluded from the ending element. Okay, now if moving forward over here, it says changing elements in a list. For example, your boss says that now we are increasing the salary for Jolly from 50,000, we are making it 60,000 or maybe 90,000. How are you gonna change that? So for that, you simply gonna say salary, and in that you need to put the element index number for the salary of Jolly, so which is second last. So either you can use -2 or you can use 5. So I'm just going to use -2. Let's try if that works. Okay, and the value which we're gonna put is like 80,000. Let's say her salary is increased to 80,000, and now let's try to print the salary thing. and if you see over here, it is changed to 80, which was previously 50. You see, previously second last element was 50, now that is changed to 80. So if you want to change any element, just put the index number of that particular element and then put the value. Okay, if you want to change it in a range, then you gotta put 2 and then colon starting from second, right, which is this position, and you gotta provide all the list over here. Okay, so how you can do that? For that, 80, 33, 44 and 12. Okay, let's try this. Okay, what just happened? 80, 33, 44 and 12, this is changed. Okay, now let's try to understand how appending works into a list. Let's say this was the salary 1, and let's say few more employees joined in, so you're gonna create another list which is salary 2, and in that you gotta store 45, then 23 and then 67, right? So this is the another list. This gave you just error because instead of comma I just use the full stop thing, right? So here we got another list created. Okay, now your boss asks you to combine these both together, right? You don't need to keep everything separate, you just combine them all together. How are you going to do that? Simply you can just say salary dot append, and in that the new salary variable, the new list, you can just put inside this, and over here if you check salary again, then what's gonna happen? You see, you have that particular salary also included over here, but you see this it is in a separate list. Let's see if we can mitigate this particular thing. Is there a way to combine them all together? Yeah, let's see that if this works. Okay, now if you see, that is coming inside this. So what we're gonna do is just hit this, and then over here salary, and then plus this thing, and now if you see, this is not working because here we have already appended that, right? So what we're gonna do is, first we need to recreate this salary wala thing, right? And then you come back over here, and wherever you have that, then you hit enter. You see, now those things are changed. So that problem was happening because value in salary, this particular variable, was already changed. I just hope that you understood the concept of list. Just in case if you have any kind of doubt, do not hesitate to put that into the comment section. I will definitely try to get back to you with this solution, and until then, happy learning. All the very best.